Let's go over my solution to the color selector challenge. First, we'll take a look at it here in the browser to see how it works. I can select the different colors, and the shoe changes, along with the available sizes. You can see that you can get into sort of racing conditions here where suddenly we can't even select from the full range of sizes available. Sort of can constrain ourselves even further as we go along. That's one bit of strange behavior we could fix by adding a reset button that would reinitialize all of the state in these components. For now, of course, we can just reload. When I was talking about strange behavior, something you might have noticed, along with the ever-decreasing set of available options, is that if, for example, your first selection was to go down to size 12, the selected color over here would change to green, but as you can see, the state has brown, and the shoe is brown. So something isn't quite adding up here. We're going to look at that in future lessons, but I'll just tell you that the problem here is that we don't have a single source of truth for what's displayed in this pop-up menu and in the state as defined by React. Let's look at the code to see how this is working at this point. So nothing has changed in the size selector. Here's the color selector. So as before, I defined an onChange event here called onColorChange. And as when we initially created the color selector, we based it almost entirely on the size selector. And the signature of this event handler is pretty much just like what we had before with the size selector. And I'm using a handle color change callback, which is defined as a prop that comes from the parent component because we're going to need to update state. All the rest of the changes happen down here in the product customizer. So here's my handle size change handler, which is updated a little bit, but we'll look at the handle color change first. So it's pulling in the selected color. And then just as we did before with the size handler, we're doing a little sort of query into our inventory data by color using the selected color to get the available sizes that we want. And then we're updating the current selected color and the available sizes. The extra credit part was checking whether the currently selected size was part of our available sizes and reacting accordingly. So in this case, I'm using the indexOf method of the array object in JavaScript and just checking for whether the current selected size, which is this.state.size, is part of that array. If it's not, then I'll get -1 returned. If it is part of the array, then I'll get the index where it appears in available sizes. So this is why you like to use the triple equals strict equality operator and check for -1 when you use indexOf. So when that item doesn't appear, I'm just calling setState again, and I'm updating it with the size, and I'm just pulling the first item off of available sizes. And we're doing the same thing here in the handle size change function, looking in the available colors array, checking for the current selected color, and if it's not there, we're just pulling off the first available color and setting the state for that. And that's everything that we needed to fulfill this challenge. When we move into the next chapter, you'll see some more about how React deals with form controls and how we can solve the source of truth problem that we saw with some of those unexpected behaviors.